Kelly, and I'm bringing you a brand new video today. So today we are going to be playing the back 9 or back 10 out here at Lincoln Ridge. I'm not sure on UDisc, it says there's 19 holes, but every time that I've come here in the past, it's been 18, but we'll figure that out once we get further on into the video. We had a pretty decent front 9 out here at Lincoln Ridge. We are currently 3 down through the front 9, which is not too bad. We left a couple open out there that we could have definitely converted birdies on. We're gonna see what we can do out here on this back 9 or back 10. So let's get into hole 10 here. So hole 10 is going to be a par 3, 309 feet. I believe it's in the A location. You're gonna wanna hit this initial gap right here that you see that I zoomed in on right there. It's a pretty demanding tee shot actually, so we're gonna just wanna put something out in the fairway and hopefully have an open look towards the basket. So I'm gonna take my S-Line DD3 here on a forehand and try and go up this initial gap, kind of flex this out a little bit and hopefully have it turn hyzer off to the right into the fairway. Dang, we hit the gap and then we hit that tree after, unfortunately. We're gonna be kicked off into the right side rough. I just wanna say thank you so much for tuning in here today and hanging out with me on the back 9 or back 10 out here at Lincoln Ridge. If you haven't watched the front 9, make sure you head on over and watch that. I'll link it up in the cards up above. We shot pretty well out there. I was pretty stoked on the round. We stayed pretty consistent off the tee for the most part and had some good approach shots. We missed out on a couple of the easier par 4s, unfortunately. We definitely could have hit those birdies and been even further negative, but that's all right. We're gonna see where we're actually at out here on this first hole. We kicked off to the right, unfortunately, in the rough, but should have an easy up and down to hopefully hit this par. Definitely a little tougher approach shot than I would like. We're gonna try and get this thing up and down. Nice. I'm really stoked on that approach shot. Came up a little shorter than I would have liked. We're gonna have to give this thing a run at the basket to save the par here. Gave it a run, but it's gonna be off in the back of the basket. There we go. Big putt there to save that bogey. So I think for the most part on this back 9 here, the holes open up a lot more. It's a lot less wooded. So we're gonna have a lot of open space to end up in the fairways and hopefully have some good drives off the tee, bigger drives off the tee. A lot of these holes out here now are gonna be a lot longer than they were on the the front 9 actually. So we're gonna move into hole 11. This is gonna be our first like kind of open crusher hole here. So hole 11 is in the A pin location. This hole is straight out that way. It says it's 350 feet from the tee. I'm gonna take my destroyer here, just pump something out there in the fairway. I'm not gonna be able to reach the pin from right here. It's slightly uphill as well, so we're gonna try and keep something in the fairway and just get up and down with a nice first shot and have a good approach at the basket after. Man, that destroyer's turning over a lot for me lately. I might have to try out a different distance driver actually. You can tell I don't get very much distance when it comes to longer holes and open holes and throwing distance drivers. It's something that I want to work on, try and improve on, especially out here in Ohio. It's a lot more open type of holes actually, like this, from what I've seen so far playing around here. Actually, we're in Kentucky, I apologize. So Lincoln Ridge is in Kentucky. I think we need to get out into a field and actually try and improve with the distance drivers, get a little bit more distance, work on the form a little bit, but that'll come in due time, and that's why we're out here, just improving. But we're gonna have to have a pretty far approach shot to get up and down for the par. I'm gonna take my 350 GPA3 and try and get this thing right under the basket. Come up a little short, but that was a pretty nice approach shot. Came up a little short here, so we're gonna have a jump putt at the basket to hit this par. Hole 12, 365 feet, par 4, slightly downhill. See the basket right out there. We're just gonna try and keep something in the fairway here, hopefully get this thing down there close to the basket. I'm gonna give the Destroyer another chance here. Put this thing on a little bit more hyzer this time, actually. Set. I'm gonna be off to the left side just a little bit. $317. 317 feet. It says it's a par 4. Just straight down. See just the top of the basket right there. Gonna take something a little bit more controllable here. Take my P-line FD. Try and send this thing straight down the fairway here. Oh no! Oh, I didn't put enough into it. Hit that tree. Hit. Oh, it's gonna be off to the left. I didn't put enough power into that shot actually. Usually I can throw that thing a little bit softer, have it flip up a little bit, but we need a little bit more power there. We're gonna be tucked off to the left side of the fairway here. Hopefully have an open look at the basket. It says it's a par 4, probably more so like a par 3, but like I always say, just gonna play what the T sign says or what UDisc says, and we'll run with it. So we actually ended up in the rough in here. As you can see right there, basket is just outside there. Squirrels fighting in here or something. We're gonna pitch something out that way and hopefully get something close to the basket. Sit, 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 sit. Don't roll away. That is rolling so far away. Super unfortunate roll after that putt. We went all the way, rolled all the way down that hill that you saw from the shot. I believe we're gonna take a drive, pitch, putt, approach, putt. We'll take a 5 on that, unfortunately, but we'll move on to the next hole and hopefully be able to pick up some birdies here on the remaining holes. This is hole 19, so we actually skipped 14 through 18, which are the creek holes. Here we actually played an extra hole called the Forgotten Hole, which isn't on the UDisc, but we did take a par on that. We're not going to put that one in the UDisc score, but this one's just going to be a slight hyzer. You're not going to be able to see the basket. Just you want to take something up and over the trees here and hyzer out towards the basket just at the end. I'm going to take my 2021 Sexton Firebird, pump it out over the trees, and hopefully have it hyzer back in towards the basket. All right, we'll have a putt at the basket for the par. Here we go. Pick up another par here on the back. 270 feet, dogleg to the right, par 3. I'm gonna take you over, show you the basket. You won't be able to see it from the tee, but you can see the basket right through this super tight gap. Gonna take the Andrew Marweed Firebird here and hopefully hit this initial gap. I think we made it through pretty good. So for me, these back 9 holes or 10 holes have been way more difficult than the front 9 has been. We've been picking up a lot more pars, and even I think it was a bogey on the back here, unfortunately. But hopefully we're close on the basket on this one and we can actually have a look for a birdie. That would be huge for this back 9 so that we can stay around 2 to 3, 4 under through all of the holes out here. Right now I believe we're 2 under right now. Gonna have an uphill look for the birdie here. Hopefully we can convert on this. Don't roll. Hit the front of the cage there. Take another par and move on here. Hole 21. gonna be uphill, 315 feet, par 4. I'm gonna take my P-line FD here, go up the right gap right here, and hopefully have something hit through there and hyzer just at the end. I let that go way too early. We hit the gap on the left side there, but we're gonna have an approach to get up and down. Looking like a forehand flex shot up the gut here. Take the 750 A3. That was looking really good if it didn't hit that tree. There we go. I'm walking over to the next hole right now, and I wanted to chat with you guys about something here that I found a little interesting. I'm originally from Michigan. I started playing disc golf in Michigan, and almost every course that I played, almost all of them, every hole is a par 3. Here in Ohio and Kentucky, there are like some what I would call questionable par 4s. Like I said, I always play whatever the sign is or whatever UDisc says. I am so used to everything being a par 3. It's fortunate that we get the opportunity to play some par 4s and have birdie opportunities. It almost feels like it's too easy of a birdie actually, but we'll take it. We'll move on to the next hole and see what we can do on these last few holes here. Hole 22, 300 feet downhill. See the basket right there. We do have a pond right there that we want to avoid, so we're going to hyzer something off way out wide to the right and have it crash in towards that basket and hopefully not roll away. I'm going to take my Adam Hammond's Wasp here and throw this thing out to the right. Oh no, that's way too wide. That was super safe, unfortunately. We ended up grip locking the Wasp a little bit too much and sending it off to the right a little too far. So we're gonna have a tough approach shot here. I'm gonna try and give this thing a run since we don't lay up on this channel. Hopefully we just sit under the basket or make it in the basket. All right, we sat, we gave it a run, but didn't go in the basket. .23, 302 feet, straight uphill. It's probably playing every bit of like 350, I would say. See the basket right there. I'm gonna take my S-Line DD3, just pump something out there, hopefully get it up and not go too high in the air. Just put something out there in the fairway. That's a pretty good drive actually. We'll have a look at the basket, probably a jump putt uphill. Man, these uphill holes are definitely something that I need to get better at. They're definitely a lot different than what I'm used to playing in Michigan. In Michigan, it's completely flat. A lot of the times you're playing the courses out here in Kentucky and Ohio, and they're uphill, downhill. Forehand wasn't a bad shot, but it's a more understable disc on the backhand so we can get some things closer to the basket on these uphill holes. Oh, we hit the cage. All right, hole 24 here and the final hole here at Lincoln Ridge. This one is going to be a par 5, way down there. I'm gonna take my destroyer, go out to this right side gap here. Just keep something in the fairway. We need to take advantage of this final par 5 here and try to pick up either an eagle or a birdie. Here is probably a true par 4. It says it's a par 5, 519, but I think we're going to be able to get there in 4 actually and get this birdie on this last hole here, which would be huge. I need to put the scores in on UDisc to see what we're at. Last time I checked we were like 2 down, I believe, which isn't too bad. We might be 3 down with one of the birdies that we recently got on one of the shorter par 4s. We'll check it out and see, and we should be able to get down up and down for a birdie here. Ended up pretty decent in the fairway. You can see the basket right there. Should be a pretty easy up and down here. think my 750 A3 and a backhand approach. Yep, parked it. We'll be in for a birdie there. Yeah, I apologize. That's actually going to be an eagle here once we make that putt, since that'll be our third shot actually, and this is a par 5. So we'll take an eagle. That'll be my first so-called eagle, I guess you could say, out here in Kentucky. But we'll go ahead and tap this one in. There we go. That is going to conclude the back 9 or back 10 here at Lincoln Ridge. We actually ended up going 5 down through the entire round, which isn't too bad. That last one was a questionable eagle. Probably should have been a par 4, but we'll take it either way and go 5 down. I had a great time out here. I highly recommend checking out Lincoln Ridge if you're in the Cincinnati or Kentucky area. Tons of people out here today playing disc golf, which is super cool to see. Leave a like down below on the video if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment letting me know what you thought of the course, and make sure you hit the subscribe button because we're going to be uploading more content here on the YouTube, and we will catch you all in the next one. See ya.